Welcome everyone to an English lesson. I hope this lesson will be very interesting because this is about a fairy tale actually written by Hans Christian Andersen. Now Hans Christian Andersen was a Danish author who wrote stories with animals for small children, and each of the story had a moral behind it. Now this story, Androcles and the Lion, lesson number 2, is about a Roman slave and a lion. So I'll just tell you the story in short. What happens is one day Androcles, he's a slave, he's a Roman and he's a slave. He runs away from his master, who was a cruel master, and he goes into the forest. When he's in the forest, he hears a lion crying in pain. Now, as a human being, we all are scared of wild animals, especially the lion, who is considered to be the king of the forest. Now, Androcles saw that the lion was crying in pain, and with a lot of courage and bravery, self-confidence, everything put together, Androcles very slowly edged forward to the lion. When he approached the lion, he saw the lion has got a wound on its paw, and the lion stretched the paw at Androcles. Androcles was wondering what to do, and then slowly he takes the paw of the lion in his hand, and when he looks at it, he sees there's a thorn stuck in the paw of this lion. Androcles is very scared, because if he pulls out the thorn, it may pain the lion, and the lion may grab him and kill him that very minute. Androcles' life is out. But then, without any second thought, Androcles very gently pulls out the thorn from the paw of the lion, and the lion is very, very pleased. Lion goes back to its den. Androcles was caught by the Roman soldiers, and as a punishment, he was taken to the Roman court. There, it was decided that he'll be thrown to the hungry lions. Now that was a practice in the olden days in Rome. The rich men or the nobles used to sit and watch this fun, that the poor slaves who have done some mistake or who have robbed something, or thieves and robbers, are thrown to the hungry lions as food. This happened in the Colosseum in Rome years before. It's a very old place, and it's a heritage site too. So what happens is, Androcles was also taken to this place, and his punishment was that he would be thrown to the hungry lion. Androcles was released into the big arena, and the cage of the lion was opened. Now all the nobles were sitting around the Colosseum, waiting to see this poor man being torn into pieces. Fortunately, the lion came charging, but when it neared Androcles, it stopped. It began licking Androcles. Now I guess you would have understood that this was the lion that was saved by Androcles. Now the moral of the story here is only that you have to be grateful for a kind deed done by somebody else to you. That is the story that is here given in the textbook, and the moral that goes with it. So I hope you'll enjoy now reading the story, and as I go I will explain, but not much, because I have given you the story in detail at one go.
Androcles and the Lion. One day, a young Roman named Androcles was hiding in a forest. He was a runaway slave. Suddenly, he heard a lion roaring. He became frightened and climbed up a tree. He listened to the roaring lion. The lion did not sound angry, but it sounded as if it was in great pain. Androcles was a kind man and did not like to think of an animal in pain. He climbed down the tree and went towards the lion. He saw the lion lying on the ground and roaring in pain. The lion saw Androcles and held out its paw. Androcles saw a huge thorn stuck in its paw. He pulled out the thorn and the wound. The lion jumped up and licked Androcles. It then ran off into the deep forest, and Androcles went on his way, whistling happily. One day, some Roman soldiers came searching for Androcles. He was arrested by them and thrown into prison. He was told that he would have to fight a hungry lion, and if he won, he would be set free. Androcles feared that he would be killed. Who could fight a lion with his bare hands? At last, the day came when Androcles had to face the lion. Hundreds of Romans had gathered to watch him fight the lion. Androcles stood at the center of a stadium. He closed his eyes, prayed, and waited. Soon he heard a roaring sound. He thought it was the lion. But no, it was the roaring noise made by the audience. They were tired of waiting and wanted to see Androcles being torn into pieces by the lion. They were shouting for the lion. All of a sudden, there was silence. Androcles lifted his head and looked around. He saw a huge lion in one corner of the stadium. The lion was thin and looked starved. It was hungry and roaring in anger. It saw Androcles standing at the center of the stadium. The lion came charging towards Androcles. Poor Androcles closed his eyes and prayed. The lion came nearer and nearer. Androcles could feel the lion's breath on his face. The lion came right up to Androcles and stopped. To the great surprise of the excited Romans, the lion began to purr like a kitten. It went up to Androcles and licked him and rubbed against him happily. Androcles opened his eyes, and there in front of him was the lion he had helped in the forest. Androcles played with the lion. He then got onto the lion's back and rode around in the stadium. No one dared stop him. And that is how Androcles' small act of kindness to an animal helped him get his freedom.
Children, I just finished the introduction to the story, Androcles and the lion. In fact, it's not an introduction, I had told you the story itself. So let's get on to the lesson on page 9, Androcles and the lion. Now the writer of this story is a Danish author named Hans Christian Andersen, as I have told you before, and he happens to be a very famous writer who wrote stories for children, and many of his stories, in fact almost all of his stories, had animal as characters, very important characters, and he meant that every story should carry a lesson or a moral so that it can be understood by the children who read his stories. Now, two of his famous stories are The Ugly Duckling and The Little Mermaid. Now, I will be putting the link for The Ugly Duckling with your lesson or in the group somehow, but be very sure that you read or go through this Ugly Duckling, the story of the Ugly Duckling, or the video. It will be very helpful and you will definitely enjoy the story. So coming to the lesson, think of 3 stories once you have read, or cartoon characters where a human being has an animal friend. Now you all read cartoons like Bheem, Chhota Bheem, then you have Tintin, Dennis the Menace. These are many of the comics that you read, and in every comic character there is an animal friend. Now let's take the first one, Tintin. Tintin is a small boy and his friend is called Snowy, a poodle, that's a small type of dog. Now the second character is Dennis the Menace. Dennis the Menace means Dennis is the name of a small boy. The Menace, M-E-N-A-C-E. Menace means trouble. This Dennis the Menace was a small boy, but who was always questioning his father and mother about so many things around the house, outside, in the environment, whatever he saw. He had a lot of questions. So that is why he was nicknamed Dennis the Menace, because he was a trouble to his parents. They always had to answer his questions. Now he had a small pet dog named Ruff. Then coming to the famous five. Now Enid Blyton was a writer, a British writer who used to write a lot of stories for children. Her series were The Famous Five, The Secret Seven, and many other series of stories, like mystery stories for children. And in The Famous Five, it's a group of 5 children who go on a mystery or who go detecting something, finding out something. And they had a pet dog named Timmy. Then you have another character, Jughead. Jughead was a character in Archie's comics, and he had a pet dog called Hot Dog. Now coming to Chhota Bheem. Chhota Bheem is a character who has a Jaggu, a talking monkey, as his pet. Then you have Spider-Man, the very famous, world famous Spider-Man, who has a stray dog. Now this Spider-Man, he was walking around aimlessly one day, and he comes across a stray dog. He buys a sandwich for the stray dog, and he gives the stray dog, and then he names the dog as Sandwich. So these are some of the characters in literature that I have given you, or in English fiction that I have given you with their corresponding pets. Now let's go on directly to the text. I am not going to explain much because I have already told you the story in the introductory part of the lesson. One day a young Roman named Androcles was hiding in a forest. He was a runaway slave, that means he had run away from his master. Suddenly he heard a lion roaring. He became frightened and climbed up a tree. He listened to the roaring lion. The lion did not sound angry, but it sounded as if it was in great pain. Androcles was a kind man and did not like to think of an animal in pain. He climbed down the tree and went towards the lion. So there you can see the picture of Androcles sitting next to the lion who is wounded. He saw the lion lying on the ground and roaring in pain. The lion saw Androcles and held out its paw. So the lion saw Androcles and it wanted help, so it shows the paw to Androcles. Androcles saw a huge thorn stuck in its paw. He pulled out the thorn and bandaged the wound. Now you may think, from where in the forest Androcles will get Band-Aid and Savlon and Dettol. No, he has just bandaged it with some maybe leaves that he found on the nearby trees. The lion jumped up and licked Androcles. Now why did the lion do it? Because the lion was showing his gratitude to Androcles for taking out the thorn from its paw. That's how an animal shows gratitude to a human. It then ran off into the deep forest, and Androcles went on his way whistling happily. They parted ways. The lion ran into the forest and Androcles moved on his way. One day some Roman soldiers came searching for Androcles. He was arrested by them and thrown into prison. He was told that he would have to fight a hungry lion, and if he won, he would be set free. Androcles feared that he would be killed. Now nobody is brave enough to fight a lion. So it was dead sure that Androcles would be killed by the lion would tear him apart. The Roman jury or the Roman lawgivers had told Androcles that if you fight this lion and you are able to kill the lion, you are set free, you are no more a slave. But everyone knew that he would lose the fight with the lion, he would be killed by the lion. Who could fight a lion with bare hands? Now he did not have any knife or stick or gun or anything with him. He just had his only 2 hands to fight the lion. That was Androcles. At last the day came when Androcles had to face the lion. Hundreds of Romans had gathered to watch him fight the lion. Androcles stood at the center of the stadium. He closed his eyes, prayed and waited. Soon he heard a roaring sound. He thought it was the lion, but no, it was the roaring noise made by the audience. They were tired of waiting and wanted to see Androcles being torn into pieces by the lion. They were shouting for the lion. All of a sudden there was silence. Now he was taken to that Colosseum and he was let into the middle of the Colosseum of the stadium, and he thought he heard the roaring of a lion. But no, it was not the roaring of a lion, it was the shouting that was coming up from the audience. That is all the people who had gathered to see the sight of Androcles being killed by the lion. And they were impatient because they wanted to see the lion come and kill Androcles. Now all of a sudden there was a pin drop silence in the stadium. Now let's see what happens.